Hello guys, this is me, mw2 Clips. Today I'm making a video of a turtle who everybody going to love right now. I'm showing how to get the 10 prestige hack on the game mw2, and I know that everybody there out going to love this one because I hope I get many subscribers and comment. You need to comment me, and you can see here you got this one, and it's kind of hard, so you need to get my email. My email is in the link description, and like you can see, I can't show you right now because I can show you this one. You take PC and I do it for you, but you can see, and you just complete, and then you get every emblems in the game. um yeah, you can see this one. You can get everything you want. um yeah, subscribe and comment, and you need to comment me to you add my email, and just send me some messenger. You can get my Steam. It's Rasshunter 1337, and then I show you how to get the glitch. uh Subscribe and comment and thumbs up. Thanks. And before I left this video, I just wanted to say that I am doing a 10 prestige lobby. Maybe